What's up guys, Chris at Dentless Touch back again with another paintless dent repair video. This time around we have a Tesla Model 3. I think it's about a 2019, so fairly new vehicle. We have a decent sized dent on the left quarter panel, the same side as the charging port for these vehicles, which is right here. There we go. So that's that. We will be powering down this vehicle because the cables run alongside of this quarter panel and then down underneath the seat, the rear seat. So there is areas that we can gain access to this damage, but just for safety, we're gonna power down this vehicle. I won't show that procedure on camera. I'm not trying to be liable for someone that tries to do it themselves, but it will be a full power down. You need to be certified to do it. And we feel like it's a great option for this car. If the damage was in a fender or door, they don't have any high voltage orange lines running through those panels, but on that quarter panel right beside that charging port, they're right there. So, and I'll try to leave a little picture to show you that. So this dent though, if you can see it, it runs right up against the pinch weld. And so that's gonna really be our struggle for this repair. This is a pearl white. Also, the customer did get some quotes for a conventional repair. It was several $1,000s. We are definitely under $1,000, so it's saved the customer that and then the time. I'm thinking pearl white, there's only a few body shops that work on Teslas, and for the Tesla owners, you know what I'm talking about, especially the ones that have gotten conventional body shop repairs done. It just takes several weeks to get even a job like this done, and I know they're getting better at this. So, but for the time of the vehicle, for the time of this video, I know that it would take at least 2 weeks to get this type of repair done at a typical body shop for Tesla. Other than that, guys, we're gonna proceed. He did attempt to repair this with a glue pulling kit from Facebook, a little ad, and you can see nothing came out on the body line. I mean, it made more of a mess than what it is. And I'm also gonna show you, because even from this view and this camera angle, you can't really see the full extent of the damage. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like underneath our professional light and go from there. All right, guys.
This is just some clear glue, I think from Home Depot or Walmart. I recently just ran out of my green glue from Anson, Cactus Green. So I've had these clear sticks just in my cart for, for backup purposes, and that's what I'm running currently. I actually have a new pack of green, but I'm just letting this clear kind of run through the gun. Still pulls, as you guys can see, really, really well. So if you guys, are looking for glue, I know a lot of the people in the comments and stuff like that are always asking what type of glues do we use, why do we use them and stuff like that. PDR glue is definitely specific to PDR. It's gonna make a nice strong bond to the actual metal finish, but not hurt your clear coat or paint. And so that's the benefits of using a PDR specific glue. But in this case, for technicians who maybe are mobile or something like that, if you don't have access or run out and needs a kind of a quick fix, there is the clear glue from pretty much any local big chain, Walmart, Target, stuff like that, just in the craft section usually. And then it's just a clear glue. They're typically the smaller sticks. And it works. It's a great pull. It's just sometimes with weather, the clear can kind of either become more brittle or not give you that kind of pull. So PDR glue is going to be your best option. And in my case, I'm going to be using Cactus Green or Gray Tab Weld. But yeah, so this is the this is the clear glue from your local craft store. Is currently what I'm using. So as you guys just saw, was heating the panel. We get this question a lot of times, how do you fix dents? Do you just use heat? Heat is one component of PDR. All we really use heat for is to make the metal more malleable. Heat is gonna go ahead and heat up that metal, make it nice and kind of flimsy and work with us. Rather than having cold paint, cold clear, cold metal, and get behind that and start trying to push, we do heat up the area just to kind of give it a little more breathing room per se. And that heat just allows that metal to kind of flex, get hot and cold, and allow us to manipulate it a lot easier. So as you guys can probably see right now, right in this area here, there's a lot of crowning. And so what these big waves are going to do that you see in the panel here, they're going to hold tension throughout this entire area. So these dark spots that you're seeing are what we call lows, and this is where the meat of the dent is, right, in these low spots here. Now, on the other side of it, you see these high spots, or we call ridges or crowns, and these are going to be pressure points. There's going to be a lot of tension and a lot of metal really holding in this dent and low area. So what I'm about to do, and you'll see in a couple minutes, is I'm going to knock down a lot of these areas here and open up this entire low spot for me to go ahead and unfold it and bring this body line back up. So, but I can't do that right now because as I try to pull this, these spots all around the dent are holding pressure and holding tension. So they're holding this area in, kind of locking it up. And so I'm going to go ahead and knock down around it, let it breathe, and we can go ahead and pull that center up nice and easy. The reason why you'll see me working both sides of this dent here are because we use reflection from this light to see the damage itself. And so what happens is when I'm working from one specific angle, that light is reflecting onto the panel from that same angle. Because we're dealing with things that are high and low, the things that are high will block some of that light. It will block some of that reflection. And so the reason why we have to work from both sides is now we can actually see on top of that high spot. And we go ahead and knock that down accordingly. If we're working from one specific angle, we may not be able to see exactly where the highest point of that crown or smile is. So that is the reason for working or knocking down from both sides. Being able to see the entire affected area and also just allowing your light to go ahead and show you everything that's going on. So we have to knock down these crowns and high spots to allow us to see these lows.
So right now we're at the point where we're just gonna check and make sure everything works, functions, and all that good stuff. So the car works. Yep. All right. We're not ready to drive it and take it off the lift. We just want to check, make sure all the memory of the seats and what he was listening to and all that good stuff. So far, it's the exact same way I brought it in, so I'm not gonna go any further to make sure everything works. But we'll drive it around the blocks, make sure everything is okay with that. But so far, no check engine lights or anything abnormal that I've noticed. So.
All right, guys, so we just finished up this 2020 Tesla Model 3. Did kind of give us a run for the money, just due to the location of the actual damage. But I did want to quickly go over the tools used for this repair. There were two main drivers. Typically, kind of like every repair that I do, there's always two main tools that I'm going to use. And in this particular case, dent craft whale tails. These things we recommend all the time to technicians in the field when they're asking what whale tails should I use, what kind should I get. There's so many. We here at Dentless Touch recommend the dent craft whale tails. They're the best bang for the buck. You can manipulate them in many ways and they will still just give you the pushing power that you need. So in this case here, I was able to slide through in between the actual outside skin and the inner wheel well there. And that's exactly where that dent was located, right on that body line, right above the wheel. And I kind of had to make, you can kind of probably see it here. It was a little more prominent earlier. I kind of bent it back, but what I did was I actually gave this tool a nice little bend right at the end. And what that was able to allow this tool to really slide in between that wheel well bracing, and not bracing per se, but the two skins. You have an outside skin and an inner. In the rear quarter panels here, they are double walled and they are sealed just for safety purposes. Different than the front fender where it is completely open. You have your engine block there, so if you were to get into an accident or something were to happen in the front end of your vehicle, you have the full engine block there that will give you safety. So in the rear here, what they do is they reinforce the entire left and right side of the vehicles just for added stability. So what we have to do is sneak through in between two different panels with this tool here and go ahead and give it some nice pushes. So two Dentcraft whale tails. I believe this is the 1 inch that they actually have here. And then I also used an ultra thin as well. This ultra thin is super, super thin. It's gonna be very, very thin, and that's gonna allow me to really slide right to the edge and go ahead and get my nice pushing power, you know, proper leverage and all that good stuff. So these two Dentcraft whale tails were the main drivers for this repair. So guys, quickly, we just kind of want to go over a couple trouble areas here, which we knew from the jump. The customer already knew about it. This dent itself actually went through the pinch weld at the bottom. And so what that means is right at the bottom here, there's an inner skin and an outer skin, and they meet right at the bottom of this wheel well, and then it folds over and there's welding and all that good stuff. So the dent actually impacted the quarter panel so severely that it actually pushed the pinch weld in. Why that makes it difficult for us is that there's no actual access to that specific area. So we're able to actually get a tool right above this bottom body line here. As soon as you try to go below that, you get stuck or you get stopped. And why that is because that's where those two panels actually meet. So what we have to do is try to manipulate that double skin metal from the backside there using very, very, very sharp tools. You might be able to see in the after video here that there is some texture right around this area. The customer was completely aware of that particular area, knowing that it may not be 100%. His main concern was the overall quarter panel, the overall dent being removed. The customer went to 2 body shops local to this area who specialize in Tesla repair. And just to give you guys a ballpark, the customer stated that at one body shop, they were looking at about $5,000 simply for this dent on the quarter panel. And that was just because of the area itself, the type of vehicle it is, and then everything else that goes along with the body shop process. So the customer did some research. They actually found Dentless Touch on YouTube, and so they were actually hoping we were local to the area, which we were. So they stopped on by, got an estimate from us, explained the entire situation, how they had gone to a couple body shops and all that, and decided that PDR was going to be the best option. So we went ahead and gave them an estimate, got them scheduled in for this full day repair, and customers should be happy and good to go once we're finished.
All right, guys, that's it. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And be safe out there, guys. Peace. I want to see them tools that we use, you know what I mean? Them tools.
All right, y'all ready? All right.